All right. Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive? We're talking NBA today, of course.
You bet. Got a whole bunch of game summaries here from last night. Perfect for catching up on all the action.
Yeah, perfect for like a quick recap
Yeah,
for people who maybe missed the games.
exactly. We're still pretty early in the season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But things are starting to heat up, that's for sure. Some teams are starting to show us what they're made of.
Yeah. And, some surprises already, too. Some teams exceeding expectations.
Right.
And others, well,
Not quite living up to the hype.
yeah. So let's jump right into it. Let's start in the East. The Celtics, man. They are on fire right now. They just beat the Hornets, brought their record to a very impressive 6-1.
That's right, 6-1.
I mean, that's a dominant start. That kind of puts them on pace to actually surpass their win total from last year, which is a pretty big improvement, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the thing that's really standing out about the Celtics this year is their balanced attack. They're not just relying on one or two star players. It's a real team effort. And that chemistry, it's tough to beat.
Yeah, I agree. And it's funny you mentioned that because speaking of teams with like an interesting approach, how about those Kings last night?
Yeah.
Went all in on the three-pointer against the Raptors. I mean, they hit 17 threes.
17.
17. Shooting like almost 46% from beyond the arc.
That's incredible.
But here's the thing, and this is the crazy part. They lost.
They still lost, yeah.
It makes you wonder, right? Is this reliance, this heavy reliance on the three-pointer, is it a sustainable strategy in the long run?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, the three-pointer has obviously changed the game, revolutionized the game even, but you can't just win solely on long-range shooting. The Raptors showed that last night, good defense, balanced attack, you can still prevail.
For sure.
Be interesting to see how the Kings adapt, as the season goes on. What do you think? Too reliant on the three.
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm very curious to see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
But even the best teams have their off nights, right? I mean, the 76ers, they stumbled a bit last night against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
You can't win them all. I'm sure they'll bounce back.
Oh, for sure. For sure. One loss doesn't define a season. But it might, point to some areas they could improve. Did the Grizzlies expose a weakness in their defense, for example? Something like that they'll want to take a look at if they really want to be a championship contender, right?
Definitely, yeah. Good point. Now, let's talk about some good news for a change. How about those Cavaliers? Picked up their 7th win of the season. Every win, to step in the right direction, especially for a young team like that, trying to establish themselves. And down in Texas, the Spurs quietly snagged a solid win against the Timberwolves.
It's always fun to see teams exceeding those expectations, Like the Spurs, even though they lost some key players, they're still proving they can compete. It's a testament to their coaching, their development of young talent.
All right, so let's shift gears, head over to the West Coast. Things are getting interesting out there, too. We had the Heat, bringing the Heat literally down in Mexico City, beating the Wizards. Little international flavor for the NBA.
That's right. The NBA is a global game now, for sure. And it's great to see them expanding their reach like that.
Yeah, it's cool. But, okay, the real story out West, got to be the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
They pulled off an absolute thriller overtime victory against the Rockets. Their 14th straight win.
Wow, 14 in a row.
And get this, it's their 8th consecutive win in Houston.
Talk about dominance.
Yeah.
They're looking like that dynasty we used to know. And this streak, just further proof of that championship pedigree. They're finding ways to win, even when they're not playing their best.
Yeah.
That's the sign of a truly great team.
Yeah. Definitely a team to watch. And speaking of teams on a roll, the Suns, they keep on winning, adding another victory to their record. And they're kind of quietly becoming a serious contender in the West.
You can't sleep on the Suns. They've got this potent offense and their defense stifling. And they've got that winning mentality that's so important in the playoff.
For sure. For sure. And hey, let's not forget about the Nuggets. They finally got their first home win of the season.
Oh, that's right.
Took them a few games, but they're finally finding their rhythm in their own arena.
It's always interesting to see how teams perform at home versus on the road, Yeah, sometimes the pressure of playing in front of your own fans can be a disadvantage. But the Nuggets, they seem to have shaken off those early jitters.
Yeah. Well, not every team is feeling so comfortable at home. The Clippers, another loss. And they're still searching for their first win in their brand new Intuit Dome. This is a team with, championship aspirations. So this slump, it's raising eyebrows.
No doubt. It's a surprising start for them. I mean, they have all the pieces for a championship run, on paper at least, but something's not clicking yet. Maybe it's the new arena, maybe it's chemistry, or maybe they're just not playing up to their potential. It'll be fascinating to see how they respond to this adversity, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we've got some major storylines developing already, even though it's still early. Celtics exceeding expectations, the Warriors back in championship form, and the Clippers are facing some unexpected challenges.
And with so much parity in the league this year, it really feels like anyone can win on any given night. And that's what makes it so exciting. As the season goes on, pay attention to how these teams adapt, how they evolve. It's going to be a thrilling ride, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with more NBA action.
See you then.
Until then, keep watching those games.
And think about this.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think will emerge as the true contenders?
Ooh, good question.
In each conference. It's going to be fun to watch it all unfold.
It is. All right. See you next time, everyone.